Vice President Kamala Harris admits she is worried about the black voter turnout in the upcoming 2024 election, and here is why.
I'm worried about it because I also know that there has been a lot of effort and laws that have been passed to try and make it more difficult for people to vote. These so-called leaders who are so bold as to unapologetically propose and pass laws to make it more difficult for the American people to vote. The gall. So I do worry.
She is outraged. Fox News contributor and columnist for The Messenger, Joe Concha, joins us now. Joe, what do you think of those comments from the vice president?
Well, Carly, we played a small snippet for time considerations there, but Kamala Harris's entire answer was as meandering and repetitive and dishonest as anything you'll ever hear. Again, she says, quote, laws were passed to make it more difficult for the American people to vote, unquote. She's obviously referring to Georgia, which she and Joe Biden have called Jim Crow 2.0. And if Al Sharpton, he of Tawana Brawley hoax fame, wasn't a Democratic activist and a guy who constantly plays the race card from the bottom of the deck, he would have made a very simple challenge to Ms. Harris's farcical claim. Because in Georgia, since their voting laws were passed in 2021, we've seen record turnouts by a country mile in their last two elections. Those are the numbers. And there have been virtually no complaints of voter suppression or being difficult to vote there, especially by minorities. So this was propaganda in broad daylight, plain and simple, all while fact checkers who should be checking this stuff continue their permanent vacation that began in 2021 of January. Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, Biden won that group by 48 points in 2020, and now the gap is only 16 points. So they better be worried about it. But I do want to switch gears to this. Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips is calling on, quote, moderate governors to run against President Biden in 2024. Listen.
Would like to see Joe Biden, a wonderful and remarkable man, pass the torch, cement this extraordinary legacy.
You don't want him to run for re-election.
I believe what's in the best interest of the country. I would like to see a moderate governor, hopefully from the heartland, from one of the 4 states that Democrats will need.
So let's see, Gretchen Whitmer. You'd like to see her, or is it Tim Walz, your home state governor, Tony Evers? Help me out here.
You just said a few names I think would be great. Josh Shapiro. There are a number of people. J.B. Pritzker.
My gosh, Gretchen Whitmer keeps coming up, and I don't understand because I don't look at her as being a moderate in this situation. But, you know, Joe Biden ran on the moderate ticket, the people's president. Now he's so far left, he's unrecognizable. So what do you think about this?
I think Democrats stick together, Ashley, and I think no one's going rogue unless the party leaders behind the scenes give the go-ahead, and no one's giving the go-ahead on that at this point, because some are seeing this as a sign that Joe Biden is ripe to be primaried, in the same way another highly unpopular president in Jimmy Carter was primaried by Teddy Kennedy, and that wasn't decided until they got to the floor of the convention. All that said, it's going to be a fool's errand for anyone to jump into the race against Joe Biden, not because he's a strong president. He's polling as low as any president at this stage of his term in presidential history. Voters have very little confidence in his handling of the economy or crime, the border, and not even a majority of Democratic voters want to see him seek a second term because they don't think he's up for the job both mentally and physically. All that said, no one's going to run against him at this point because the power brokers in the party will protect him at all costs. That we know because the DNC said he's not going to debate, period, even if you're Robert F. Kennedy Jr. polling at 20%. That's it.
Yeah, and I think that if you want to get attention, one way to do it is call for a primary challenge to Joe Biden, because I think a lot of people were thinking, who's Dean Phillips before this? Now we know, Congressman from Minnesota. But those names do keep on coming up, whether it is Joe Manchin now saying he might run as an independent or change his party affiliation to independent, or Governor Gavin Newsom. It is still early enough to jump in, so we'll have to wait and see on how all of this pans out. Joe, you have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Hope you had a great weekend.
Absolutely. You too.
Joe.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.